In some of our previous episodes, we went through lunges, their benefits, and how to do them right. But do you really want to make the most out of your lunges? How to do that? Well, that's exactly what today's video is all about. Let's get straight into it. The lunge is a strong lower body exercise that is simple to learn and do. Lunges are ideal for a homely workout session since they require little equipment or even your own body weight. They're great for targeting your glutes and quads. Lunges work your calves, hamstrings, and core as well. Well, if you went through our previous episode, you might know this, but we need something more effective, right? Well, that's where reverse lunges come in. Trust me, this technique is a wonderful lower body strength, but it doesn't appear to be as popular as its forward-facing counterpart. After all, we're conditioned to think forward. If you're told to take a step, chances are you'll move your foot in front of you rather than to the side or behind you. As a result, movements like the forward lunge gain priority in our thinking and training programs. Now you get it, right? Why do you always think of forward lunges? While forward lunges are an excellent exercise for developing single leg strength, focusing solely on them and ignoring reverse lunges may result in a less balanced training regimen. So, what are reverse lunges exactly? First and foremost, a lunge is a knee-dominant exercise, which means that the beginning action occurs at your knee by bending it. It is a unilateral exercise performed on one side, and it is more dynamic than a split squat in which both feet remain stationary since one leg moves. It is basically stepping backward with one of your legs. Bend your back leg so that your back knee almost touches the ground and your front knee so that your thigh is nearly parallel to the ground. Your front planted leg will be the one doing the job. When you bend your front leg, ensure your shin is vertical to your ankle. Maintain your weight on your front foot's heel and ensure that your front foot remains grounded throughout the exercise. Your heel should not rise up. Alright girls, let's move away from all of that. Let me ask you, which all muscles do you think are activated by backward and forward lunges? Forward and backward lunges are both excellent strengthening exercises since they target the key muscular groups in your lower half, such as your quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and calves. Forward lunges, on the other hand, tend to train the quads more than the glutes. That's because a reverse lunge allows you to push through your heel more easily, more on that, which activates the muscles in your posterior chain or the rear of your body. As a result, reverse lunges train your glutes a little more than forward lunges. Forward and reverse lunges are both excellent single-leg strengthening exercises, making them useful for recognizing and addressing any muscular imbalances between your right and left sides. Because specific muscles might overcompensate and work harder than they should to compensate for an imbalance in another related muscle. These sorts of imbalances can lead to persistent discomfort and damage over time. And be careful because this raises the risk of injury in those muscles that work over time, which is why single-leg routines are vital for identifying and correcting such imbalances. However, there are several key distinctions between the two types of lunges. For one thing, a reverse lunge is more beginner-friendly than a forward lunge since it demands far less stability. And because a reverse lunge has less forward velocity, it is preferable to ensure that clients master the reverse lunge before moving on to front lunges. Because the leg stepping forward is the major driver of force in forward lunges, you need the glute, hamstring, quad, and other muscles in your front leg to slow you and then push you back to starting position. The fixed leg is the major driver of force in a reverse lunge, making it easier to manage. This takes us to another difference. You see, because a reverse lunge is more stable, it's simpler to load up, which means you can definitely go heavier with reverse lunges than forward lunges. Reverse lunges can also help you get into a better, safer lunging stance. It's simpler to trigger you to push through your heel with a reverse lunge, which helps fire up your posterior chain or the muscles at the rear of your body. Some people tend to place pressure on the ball of the foot or the toe as they lunge forward. This might place additional strain on the knee joint. As a result, reverse lunges may be a preferable option for someone with knee problems. In fact, the forward lunge produces substantially more rotational force at the knee joint than the reverse lunge. This implies that a forward lunge may put greater strain on the knee than a reverse lunge, and the further you dip into a forward lunge, the more pressure you may put on this area. If you have knee problems, you can minimize the depth of your forward lunge to reduce the compressive strain on your knee, or you can limit or avoid this sort of activity. In fact, while recovering from an injury such as an ACL tear, people would typically begin with a reverse lunge before going to a forward lunge. So now that you have gone through the importance and effects of reverse lunges, we're going to introduce you to different variations of reverse lunges. As with any workout, it's best to start with simply your body weight before adding any external resistance, and reverse lunges are no exception. When you're ready to gain weight, there are several options available to you. You may execute reverse lunges with dumbbells or kettlebells, either at your sides or racked. If you have access to a barbell, you may also execute reverse lunges this way, but you should first master all of the other varieties. If you don't have a lot of weight at your disposal, which is an at-home workout, but you feel like pushing harder, try an offset reverse lunge with one dumbbell or kettlebell. You should place the weight on the side of the leg that is going backward, therefore loading up the side that isn't performing the effort. This needs greater stability and core work. A deficit reverse lunge, which may be done with or without any added weight, is another alternative. Stand with one foot on a strong step, then lunge backward with the other. This improves your range of motion, allowing you to get deeper into the glutes but simultaneously making stability more difficult. But first, we must warn you that when performing these workouts, it is critical to distinguish between muscle soreness, which is good, and pain, which is negative. Soreness basically emerges as a great muscular discomfort, whereas pain manifests as a sharp, pinching, stabbing, or otherwise shooting feeling. Stop lunging and consult your doctor or physical therapist if you experience discomfort everywhere, but especially in or around your knee. Anyways, let's see how to perfectly do one. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart and your core engaged. Take a step back with your right foot, landing on the ball of your foot and keeping your right heel off the ground. As you drop into a lunge, bend both knees to 90 degrees. Keep your core engaged and your hips tucked. Don't thrust your buttocks out. It might be beneficial to lay your hands on your hips from time to time to ensure that your hips are not tilting to the side or forward and back. To return to your starting position, push through the heel of your left foot. You can perform all of your reps in a row or switch sides. Got it? Yes, that's it.